Hello, and welcome to my third episode of Recreational Boxing. My name is Fred Widdison. I've been a boxing trainer continuously for a little over 30 years. And I wanted to do something for people who don't feel, who aren't athletes, who don't feel comfortable coming to a boxing gym or getting involved in a regular gym with, boxing classes. So I wanted to do a little thing. So if you work out in your basement, if you do walk as your exercise, you want to incorporate something fun into it, like boxing. But you don't want to go to a gym. You don't want to be around a bunch of people. You don't feel comfortable doing that. So what we do is I go over stuff with you in my basement. My cats run in and out of the video. I'm not going to stop them. I just love life and seeing them move around. And, it's just great. So I don't, I'm patient about that. I'm very understanding about that. So this is for people who want to incorporate something fun, a little unusual maybe into their routine. Watch the first two. Today, I'm going to talk to you about combinations, and then we'll do a little defense. So we've done the jab, the cross, and the hook, okay? Hook to the head. Now, on the hook, if you remember my hook, if my arm is at 90 degrees, my elbow, my forearm and upper arm, then my hand should be flat. As I go further out, my hand will be vertical. And when I get to a body hook, which we'll discuss later, my hand will be palm up. So if you're at 90 degrees, if you're punching further out, you can throw a hook upright. So combinations. Now let me explain a combination, what a combination is. Combination is not a 1-2 punch. If a boxing commentator says he hit it with a 1-2 combination, he's an idiot. Just, he doesn't know. A combination is 3 or more punches, okay? 3 or more punches. Now, here's the important part for right-handers. For a right-hander who's standing like this, the best combination, 3-punch combination, ends on the left hand, okay? It ends on the left hand. Because what happens is that puts you back on your power foot, your right foot, okay? That puts you, same with a left-hander. The best combination ends with so boom, 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 ends on the right hand, because then that puts you back on your power leg. So that's where your power is going to come from, wherever your head's over. So when you see your opponent, if his head's over this leg or his head's over this one, he's going to throw power off of that. If you throw something on the left foot when his weight's on the back leg, it's not going to be power. It's going to be trying to get you move into his power. So you got to keep that in mind. So back to combinations. The best combinations end on the left hand if you're a right-hander. And the best combinations, although we'll violate this rule regularly, the most important combinations end to the body. So if you really want to have a great combination, a 3-punch combination, left, right, hook to the body, or shovel hook to the body. That is the best. Because if you really were competing, and you think of professional fighters in the past, go to the body, the head will fall. If you work on the body, the head will fall. 3-punch combinations should end on the lead hand to get your power on the back foot, and they should end to the body to be the best. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a 3-punch combination, a jab, a cross, and a hook. All right? So what I want you to do is throw your jab, foot under the jab, sit down on your right hand, and then throw the hook. Okay? So again, excuse me, just a second. Just a second here. Sorry about that. A little noisy cat toy. It's a fish that flops around, and I forgot to pick it up. It's out of the way now. Okay, so you throw the jab, the cross, and the hook. Or jab, cross, hook. If you're a left-hander, it's jab, cross, hook. Or jab, cross, hook. Now, what I want you to think of while you're practicing with this is to vary your rhythm. Don't always go 1, 2. Well, first, let me back up. Always get your foot under the jab if you're going to follow with the right cross, and then throw your hook. Now, so here's the rule. Foot under the jab, sit down on your right hand, left hook. We talked about that already. Now, here's what I want you to remember. When you're doing this, vary your rhythm. Do a 1-2 punch and a 1, or a 1 punch and a 1-2. So for instance, I might go jab, cross, hook. There was a slight hesitation. Or jab, hook, cross. Jab, cross, hook. So I vary the rhythm. I don't come in each time going like a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, it's going to be 1, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3. Think of that as your rhythm, breaking your rhythm. Also, you want to break your opponent's rhythm. So sometime you might go 1, 2, and then get back, and then attack, cross, hook. You break up your opponent's rhythm. He thinks he's got a turn, and you don't give him a turn. He doesn't get a turn. So, that's one thing you can do. And we'll talk about more about the keeping them on into the jab move. But right now, for your exercise routine, I want you to focus on jab, cross, hook. Get your foot under the jab, sit down on your right hand, throw the hook, and goes left foot to right foot. Same way with a left-hander. Throw your foot under the jab, sit down on your left hand, throw your right hook, head goes from one to the other. Vary your rhythm, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Best punch ends on the lead on the left. Now we're going to do different combinations later once we learn the jab off the front foot, and what comes after that for most power will be a hook, because that's where your head is. A hook and then the cross. But for right now, in your practicing, just do the jab, cross, hook. Okay? Now let's do a little defense. Before we learn to slip a jab, let's remember you don't know how fast the other guy is. So what you want to do is you want to learn to catch the jab. So my jab's coming out. So you take your fist, that's why your hand is here. The thumb could touch the jaw. So what you do is you just put it in front. Catch, 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 catch. So you catch the jab. First off, because of body dynamics, you're not going to get hit. You're not going to drive your hand into your face. But if you do want to have a little precaution there, you can step back when you catch. All right? But really, you can catch. Most of the time, you can catch a jab without worrying about having to drive your hand back into your face. So when you catch the jab, boom, then you jab back. Boom. Or combination. Catch the jab. Catch the jab. Okay? Breathe out on every punch. I'm talking. So breathe out. 1, 1, 2, 3. So catching the jab is very important. So catch and counter. Catch, or we say in the gym, we'll say, when they're training, we'll say catch and return. Catch and return, okay? So catch, all you got to do is you keep your hand up here, boom, you can catch. Boom, you can catch. Now let's do a slip. Here comes the jab. Now, the jab, remember, here's a fact, a physics. The faster a punch comes at you, the less control the person has over it. So if it's throwing a jab at your face as fast as they can, you don't have to worry about them following you. All you got to do is get your head out of the way. So the first thing, now here's one with no leverage. Everything you do in boxing should set up the next punch. But you'll often see in a pro fight, maybe you'll see the guy just move like that. Move, his feet are flat, or he's moving around. You know, that's fine, but there's no leverage coming back. There's no counterpunch with really good power coming back. The ideal is for your recreational boxing is remember the hook, how we turned like this? We'll do the same motion with the slip. So slip, slip, slip. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna counter. We always wanna counter. Whenever we do defense, make them pay for the punch they threw. Make them pay for it, okay? Answer it. Don't leave a receipt, don't wait around, but answer it. Okay, so don't wait for a receipt, don't wait around, but answer the punch. So here comes the jab. I slip, my head's out of the line, the jab goes over my shoulder. I'm gonna come back with a right hand, right cross, and a left hook. So I slip, right cross, left hook. If I'm a left-handed fighter, okay, and here comes the right-hander's jab, I'm gonna slip this way and come back with a hook and a right hand. So once again, a right-handed fighter throws a jab at me, I slip, right, hook, left hand. Okay, so I'll go back to the right-handed fighter. So here we have, today, we have done combination, 1, 2, 3, vary the rhythm, in on the left hand, weight on the back foot, to the body if you can, but we'll do the head today. We also had a catch the jab, counter, so catch and return, boom, boom, boom. And we also had a slip, cross, hook, slip, same motion as the left hook, and then a cross and a hook. All right, so that's what I want you to work on in the coming week. In your basement, like my basement, clear yourself a little room. If you're doing a walk exercise or jumping rope, whatever you like to do at home, lifting weights, you can incorporate this for some fun. And just, I'll try to remember everything. We'll go next time. I want to go over jabbing off the front foot rather than with your right to the rear or in the middle. And then what you would do afterwards. And then we'll add more punches, add more defense. We'll talk about footwork. A whole lot of things to go over here in the next coming weeks. I hope it'll give you something that you can have as a good, and eventually we'll be practicing how to fight different fighters so that when you're doing a shadow box routine, you don't have to do the same thing all the time, okay? So I thank you, and we'll take a stop now, and you have a good week.